Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. I hope you have had a great week so far. So a quick one tonight. I have, of course, athletes prepping for shows, kind of getting in ready for, I would say, December holiday. It's kind of what a lot of people want to be in shape for. But the one thing that some of them are kind of at the moment is in between shows. And it's always, I think, it's like limbo for some athletes. I know it's for some athletes even a difficult mental game to stay motivated. Some even get sometimes a little bit depressed or sad or, binge on other, exotic things in life when they could be preparing for their next show. Usually, when you look at somebody on stage who's the champ, somebody winning, somebody doing better than what they did last year, it's somebody that stayed on course. If you have a goal in mind, it's not just for those 12 or 14, 16, 20 or whatever weeks that you should be focused on that. There should be a long-term goal in mind. If you have maybe a goal to be overseas, perhaps to compete or to get a pro card, perhaps, then you need to really zone in. In other words, choose the federation where you want to do it. Be realistic about your goals. Set out various strategic plans. In other words, where you would need to compete. I wouldn't say which is the shortest route to your destination without, of course you can't take shortcuts, I guess. But there's no reason in taking the long way around if you know there's a shorter way to get there, which, of course, saying a shorter way to get there almost feels like, if you've won, that's how it would feel, It would feel like you're doing the shortest way until you don't win a couple of times. Then you realize I might be taking a detour. Or, of course, you are hitting that specific show or you're competing in that specific level until you win your pro card. So then just make sure that you are improving every year and not falling back. I remember when I got my pro card 2016, I competed 2017 and 2018. And 2018 was probably my worst, I would say the worst shape I've been in as a professional. But there was a lot of things running up to that show that nobody knew about. And I never made excuses for what I did because I don't give a shit what people think about what I do. These are my goals. And in most cases, if people are helping me, it would be sponsors that know exactly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. That if there is issues, then they understand and we kind of move on through that. I don't really explain. I don't know fucking anybody, nothing. So I don't usually explain my stuff, my, situations or tough times with other people. I manage and work it out myself. I'm not saying everybody should do that. It would really help society out a lot. But c'est la vie, do you, boo-boo. 2017 was a very good year. Even though I didn't place the top 6 I wanted to, I was still very happy with the package I reached and the lessons learned on that trip. Again, there's no real template for me to follow as a South African bodybuilder doing it, because the previous pros we had were all guys that were highly sponsored athletes that, kind of made a living from bodybuilding. I wasn't doing that. I have a life and I do bodybuilding. I'm like, I love bodybuilding. I always say I'm a bodybuilder first and everything else second, just because the discipline kind of filters through everything else I do, which just find success in my work, in my personal, my family life, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so now and then the lockdown happened and many other things happened, and now we're at 2024, and now to see if I compete again. I've never been, I would say, in limbo. There was always there's the next show in mind, even if I didn't have a date for that show. But over the years too, I would say the anxiousness of competing, or maybe the competitive drive, that you want to compete at a high level, I've kind of gotten that a little under control. A little bit under control. I'm still very driven, but I've learned to not work myself up about things like that. I would rather keep calm, collected, and to put it like that, put a plan in place, do what I can do. If it don't work, you did what you could do and go on. Usually the people you're competing at are all very high level. So if somebody beats you, you kind of tip the hat. You're like, fuck, I knew what I did to get you. And if you're beating me, Tipped ahead. I know you did more, or you were doing exactly the same stuff we got you in today, so I definitely always respect that side of the game. Of course, that could be a whole different video, talking about, you not placing where you think you should have placed. Fuck, that's something I think every athlete has gone through. Maybe I'll do a video about that. Sounds like a good idea. Maybe I'll remember it and I'll do it tomorrow. Okay. But I think that's kind of something that ties in with that, is you kind of let go of that. You're like, man, at the end of the day, it's a judge's decision depending on what they look for that day or what they look for in that federation, which the federations have different views. So again, you kind of learn that the hard way. And even if you know it and you're in that position, you still get pissed off. You can even tell me, oh, I understand that when it happens to you, you're going to get angry. It's like, there's no way to stop that, So for athletes that I work with, and again, I'm going to try and get back to, I go off topic. It seems off topic, but it is all connected. Bringing it back to the point of that, don't be in limbo. Make sure that you don't forget what your long range goals are. Okay. So that's just a sideline note from my side, guys. And that would be my message for tonight. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow.